Well, it looks like The Witcher is being turned into another girl boss deal. And so CD Projekt Red's Witcher 4 trailer is being decried for seemingly turning Ciri into a Witcher and abandoning the lore of the novels. And so you're going to have to tell me about this, whether you're okay with it or not, because I've actually seen, believe it or not, a bunch of mixed reactions on this for a couple of reasons, which I'll get into later in the video. Please smash that like and subscribe button as we talk about all things going on in culture, especially science fiction and fantasy. And The Witcher, of course, is a series that has gone mega viral for its fantasy elements. Of course, everybody loved the show with Henry Cavill till he bailed on it. And this video game franchise has just gone absolutely bonkers over the last few years. I thought that they said something along the lines, correct me if I'm wrong here, because I swear I remember hearing that they weren't going to make a new Witcher after The Witcher 3. Am I misremembering things? Leave me a comment about that, because I swear that was the case. I heard that before, but I can't remember exactly why. Now, they unveiled the Witcher 4 trailer at the Game Awards last night. Of course, they were trying to push a bunch of different things, including this, and then the cringy intergalactic thing, which actually stole the show, because I really think that Witcher fans would have gone nuts over this had Intergalactic not really sucked all the oxygen out of the room. But we do see a lot of talk about The Witcher 4 as well and the problems with it, because it does seem to contradict the canon in the novels, and it does seem to contradict the game a bit. And I know I'll get into some of this. I mean, there's so much to talk about here. It's tough, but we'll get into this news and see what you think, because that's what's important here. So this is my Fandom Pulse website, which is the most important place for gaming and pop culture news. John Trent and I run this together. John Trent used to be the editor-in-chief of Bounding Into Comics, and you've seen both of our articles all over YouTube. The Quartering reads us, Yellow Flash reads us, Geeks and Gamers reads us. All of the big YouTubers basically source us as primary information here as we do the frontline reporting. So we bring this to you, and we're doing this on Fandom Pulse now, which has 0 paid advertisers, which is great. And it means we can be doing things without any censorship, because we both had problems before, which is why we've had to leave different outlets. And so this goes directly to you. We're supported entirely by gamers like you. So please come on the website here. It's in the description below. Sign up. It's just a cup of coffee, $5 a month to support us doing this full time. And that way we can expand, make things awesome, and make gaming great again for you. And we appreciate you for being here. All right. So CD Projekt Red released the first trailer for Witcher 4, which depicts Ciri as a Witcher, which is contrary to the lore creator I'm going to try to pronounce this, Andrzej Sapkowski's original novels, as well as certain endings in CD Projekt Red's Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And this is what I was going to get into, because, you know, if you do play through different endings, there are endings which kind of imply she goes that direction, but is she actually a Witcher? It's, to me, ambiguous, but most of the endings, the main one especially, does not actually have that happening. And so it seems like an intentional strong female lead replacement character happening right now, which if this were done on its own, and if it were in its own vacuum, again, I don't think there'd be as much controversy behind it. But because every single freaking property does this, and every single property bashes you over the head with, we must replace with a strong female lead, well, it's female representation over and over and over again. It does seem to be a problem that these gaming institutions can't get over their weird identity politics things, which just really sucks the fun out of gaming. It really does. In the trailer below, Ciri is shown seemingly wielding the abilities of the Witcher by drinking a potion, as well as casting what appears to be signs. However, in the books, Ciri never becomes a Witcher. Sapkowski's The Sword of Destiny novel makes it clear that anyone drinking a Witcher potion would die unless inured to it from childhood. He wrote, the mixture which helps the Witcher gain full control of his body was chiefly made up of veterum, stramonium, hawthorn, and spurge. The other ingredients had no name in any human language for anyone who was not, like Geralt, inured to it from childhood. It would have been a lethal poison. In Blood of Elves, Ciri undergoes Witcher training, but she does not partake in the trial of grasses and the mutations. Instead, Geralt and Triss take her to the temple of Melitele, where she receives a magical instruction from Neneki and Yennefer. So this is something that obviously not a Witcher right there, and that is very, very clear. It's made clear. Aiden Paladin explained in a post reacting to the trailer, ignoring the uglification of Ciri, and we'll get to that in a second, which is par for the course now. Nothing about this makes sense. Women cannot drink Witcher potions because females cannot survive the trial of the grasses. Period. Barely any males can. Ciri was trained briefly in combat by the Witchers at Kaer Morhen, but mostly because they had no idea how else to raise a child. They gave her herbs to enhance her strength, but they never gave her mutagens. I say she was trained briefly because when she reached puberty, the guys similarly had no idea what to do with the teenage girl, and given her uncontrollable magical powers, started manifesting at the same time. Geralt asked Triss for help, but there wasn't much she could do either. She was then briefly taken to Yen and trained in magic, largely unsuccessfully, no more Witcher training. She continued, Ciri is skilled in swordsmanship, as evidenced by her time in surviving the rats, but she is neither a witcher nor a witch. She's a Hen Iker, a universe-traveling elf blood, which is a conduit of raw magic, which is why she cannot use witcher signs either, despite repeated attempts to teach her. Perhaps even more importantly, after Geralt and Yen's deaths, Ciri dips out of the entire Witcher universe and into that Arthurian legend in disgust with her homeworld. She doesn't leave the continent, she leaves the entire damn setting. This is the lore of the books. I'm not bothered to watch the show, but I don't know how you can read Lady of the Lake and even fathom this being Ciri's future. Really based in good post right there from Aiden Paladin. This is incredible information right there. Props to you. So a lot of users are pretty much saying the same thing, and then noting that there is a new writing team for The Witcher 4. And this seems to be happening with a lot of franchises. If we looked at what happened with Ghost of Tsushima earlier this year, which is then being replaced by Ghost of Yotai, exactly the same scenario, where we now have a strong female protagonist doing the same thing and replacing the main character in the main line, you see that the development staffs have been changed, and the people who worked on the original game are not there anymore, and this all-female staff's been brought in. This has been happening at a lot of AAA companies. CD Projekt Red, of course, has been under fire a lot this year for all the woke things they've been doing within their company as well. And what they do is they bring in these women and minorities. They're all under diversity programs. They try to get inclusion. They try to get checkbox of certain amount of women designers and devs and story writers and the like, and then they ruin everything because these are basically bad fan fiction writers who have no idea, don't respect the lore, and you know what women do all the time. It's all about the strong female lead, and it's all about weird shipping things. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of that going on in the news today too, but I'll get to that in another video. So it contradicts the Witcher novels, also the first 3 games, a stunning achievement, and this is it. And the thing is, it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, you want to read the books, you want to get out there and play the games before you actually start writing a property. But none of these people seem to be able to do that when they actually go into these projects. It seems like they intentionally hire people who are not familiar with lore to start writing these new modern audiences lores to like try to change things, to try to make it year zero, to try to pretend nothing ever came before. So it's entirely new and different. And it fails every single time. So I have no idea why they keep doing this. Well, I do. The agenda is more important than success. But this is exactly what's going on with the Witcher thing here. Now, the other big controversy they're talking about is the looks and the way that she's being done. So all the shills are out hyping Witcher 4. All the honest people saw they made the main character a woman who breaks the lore in her role and who is made significantly uglier than she used to be. Both are red flags in an extremely woke game. Now, I've seen a lot of back and forth on this very topic, and there's a couple things going on, and this seems to be very, very divisive, and I'm not sure, which really prevails here. One, they say there's a lore reason based on the mutagen that actually makes her more corrupted and uglified a little bit, and it actually makes sense from a lore perspective. I don't know about that. That seems a little bit of a stretch to me. But a lot of people don't actually have a problem with the look, too. They don't say that she's been made more ugly or anything like that. I don't know about that. And so I could see it. I mean, it doesn't seem like she's quite as pretty as before. But, it's the lighting. It's the setting. I think it's too soon to tell exactly how far they've gone in trying to change Ciri in this sort of situation. I'm going to hold out for a little bit more content before I make my own decision on this kind of thing. But the trailer doesn't look that great to me. It does look like another girl boss adventure. It does look like they are trying to push the agenda over games. I can give them that for sure. What do you think about this? Do you think that this Witcher 4 is a good thing? Do you like this sort of strong female lead? Are you going to play it anyway? Are you not worried about it? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know, do you think she's been uglified? Do you think this looks worse than the prior Witcher games? I'd be interested to hear your take on that as well. Appreciate you for being there. Smash the like and subscribe button and join us. And please do sign up for Fandom Pulse Substack. It's in the description below. Thank you for being there, guys.